Hello, my dear listeners in of America, Canada, London, Scotland, Dubai, Netherlands, Ukraine, Russia, Australia, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal and India. Today we have arrived here in the satsang of Sant Mat, and it is of morning sessions satsang. Today my topic is how we will perceive the God. How we will perceive the God. This is my topic. Here the question is that whether God can be looked or perceived by this general or normal eyes? The answer is not. These eyes are not capable to perceive the Supreme Being or the Lord. Why? What is reason? As God is in our inwardness. By opening our eyes, we cannot perceive the God. To look or to perceive the God, it is essential to close our eyes in the period of meditation. We can perceive the Lord only in the period of meditation. Some Catholic churches which are not obeying the rules of meditation, how they are claiming that they have perceived the Lord? I cannot say. What are their arguments? I cannot say. And if they have some arguments in opposition to me, then I would like to invite to all of them to inculcate it in my brains. How they are claiming that they have perceived the Lord without meditating? Not only the Catholic churches. However, many Indian traditions are also not obeying the rules of meditation. They are saying meditation is a thing of the age of truth that is said to be Sat Yuga in Indian tradition, in Indian world. And they are saying in this age, in this present age, only with the support of Kirtan we can obtain the God. It is true that with the support of Kirtan or with the support of the chanting of Mahamantra, we can collect our brains at some extent, but not fully. In fact, God is not that type of thing which is subjected to look or perceive. I cannot look the God. Only soul can perceive the Supreme Being or the Lord or the God. My dear listeners in as all of you know that I am belonging from the Santmat tradition of Indian religion. In this tradition, only soul can perceive or realize the God. Excepting soul, nothing has the capacity to look or perceive the God. We have 10 external sense organs. Hands, legs, mouth, masses, and the organ of discharging urine and latrine. 5 sense organs are of the functions or actions. No, these sense organs were of the actions and functions. And 5 sense organs are of the know. And those organs are eyes, nose, ears, tongue, and skin. These are 5 outer sense organs of the know. And I counted 5 actions of sense organs of functions. Hands, 2 legs, 1 mouth, and masses, and the organ of the discharging of latrine and urine. These are 5 in numbers. All these sense organs are not capable to perceive the Supreme Being. They are invisible in perceiving the Supreme Being or the Lord. And there are another 4 internal sense organs: mind, intellect, consciousness, and ego. These internal sense organs are also not capable to perceive the God, to realize the God. Mind is that type of internal sense organ which decides whether I should do it or I should not do it. If you are listening this religious lecture, to which we in India we say satsang, it's Indian Hindi word. It is up to you whether you will listen it or you will reject it. That internal sense organ which decides I should listen it or I should not listen it is said to be the mind. That is internal sense organ. In Indian Hindi language, it is said to be man. In your Roman script, it will be spelled as M-A-N, man. In English language, it is said to be mind. The another sense organ is intellect. Intellect means that internal sense organ which decides the essence and not essence is said to be intellect. What is the essential things in this speech is essence. And what is the non-essential thing in this speech is non-essence, not essence. That internal sense organ which distinguishes between the essence and non-essence is said to be the internal sense organ, intellect. Consciousness. That which trembles is said to be trembling is the quality or attribute of consciousness. If you are a conscious soul, then there will be a attribute or quality of trembling in you, and which is trembling is not God. God is already everywhere. Heart that will tremble, that has not any place to tremble. If I am trembling in this way, then it requires some places to tremble, where I will tremble. But God is everywhere. That cannot be of the nature of trembling. Where that will tremble, there is no place for that. It is said to be consciousness, which is an internal sense organ, one of the 4 internal sense organs of Santma tradition. And 4th sense organ is, internal sense organ is ego. The know of the existence of I, that I am existing. There is a beingness of mind, or there is a being of mind, is ego. Ego has been concluded, added as one of the internal sense organs in the Santma tradition of India. Ego, the knower of the existence of I, is said to be ego. If I am existing in our own primal form, in the form of the God, then I will not have any know of the existence of mine. I will not be possible even to say that I am existing. It will be very difficult to say it. We are saying that we are existing, that I am saying I am existing as my existing, and my name is Gautamanand. This is ego. In fact, Gautamananda is nothing. It will pass away in some days. But in its real form, Gautamananda is the supreme being. Not in the form of bounded bodies, but in the form of released bodies. We have 5 bodies in Indian tradition. I will say all those bodies, respecting all those bodies, in next time. All these 14 sense organs are incapable to perceive the Supreme Being. Eyes are among them. It's an outer sense organ. It's a sense organ of the know, of the knowledge, of the ken. And I cannot perceive the God. I can perceive the whole world. I can perceive with the help of telescope everything. But I cannot perceive the God. Eyes are invisible to look the God. Then which will perceive the God? Only with the support of soul one can perceive the God. Now, our soul is with these 14 sense organs. This is why that cannot perceive the God. By practicing yoga, you can separate the soul from this 14 sense organs. It becomes only in the process of meditation. If you are studying a lot of Bibles, all pages of Bibles, and not meditating, then you will not be able to perceive the God, as I know. And if you are knowing some another process of the perception of God, then I am inviting you to inculcate all those things in my brains, either by coming in my country or by calling me there in your nation. There are many philosophers, professors of universities. They are speaking a lot on the nature of many Indian traditions, God. But they have not realized the God. Their business is this, that they say something on God, they earn money and they obtain their livelihood. For them, the God of yoga, the God of Sankhya, the God of Nyaya, the God of Vaisesik are a thing on which they speak and they earn their livelihood and salary. They have not obtained the God, and they are not going in the direction to obtain the God. The direction of the obtainment of God is to take initiation under the lotus feet of any celebrated soul and to listen their speech and to meditate a lot. Thereafter they will obtain that God, no matter they are seeking for the obtainment of the God of Sankhya, Yoga, Vaisesik, etc. So, what is your aim? Whether your aim is to know the God of any tradition of Indian philosophy, whether you want to know only those things or want to obtain. If you want to obtain that God, then leave all universities. All universities of the world is infeasible to cause to know you the nature of God. I have an opportunity to take initiation by a salvated soul. His name was Maharshi Maharaj. I had a meeting with him in the year of 1986. Before that, I had many meetings with him. He initiated me, and at that period I was child. So his many followers and senior saints taught me the process of the obtainment of God. So if you want to perceive the God, then you have to separate your soul from all internal and external 14 sense organs. It is essential. A lady from America was saying to me, the things which you are sending to me daily by making video, I already know that. It is true. You don't only know, you know all those things more better than me. It is also true. But there is a trick here. In the year of 2002, I had completed my PhD and I had an opportunity to sit in the lotus feet of a sage of Banka district of Bihar state of India. His name was Swami Ashisanandji Maharaj. He was residing in a cottage. Someone said me that a Swami is residing in your town, you should go there. I visited in his cottage. His cottage was almost 1 kilometer remote from my house. Notwithstanding, he was 10 years younger than me in age. And he was not educated. I think he was only 7th class pass. And I had completed my PhD. I sat in his lotus feet and I listened to him continuously almost 8 years, from 2002 to 2010. I had not any ego of my outer education. What is distinction between the no of a general professor and the no of a Swami? You should understand it clearly. Professors knows all these things. Professors know all these things by studying just. And meditators or Swami or Maharshi has nothing to do with the outer study. They sit in the lotus feet of any sage. They realize all those things. But why that lady was saying to me the things which you are sending to me from India by making video, I already know that. It is true that you know that. It is true. But if you will listen to a Swami or meditation practitioner, the impression of meditation will enter in your brains. And if you will listen to any general professor or scholar or vice chancellor or governor or president, they are not habituated to do 8 hours, 10 hours, 5 hours meditation. So they don't have the experience of meditating. Who has not meditated, and if he is speaking, then how he will be feasible to inculcate those things which comes from meditation. If you study all books of the world, you will not know the God. God doesn't exist in book. The way of the obtainment of God is to sit under the lotus feet of any salvated soul or Swami. There was a Swami in my town. His name was Sai Swamiji Maharaj. He has written down a poetry in Indian language. I will firstly speak his 2 lines in Indian language, and afterwards I will translate that thing in your language. साधो भाई हरि गुरु एक ही जानो, जोई हरि है सोई गुरु है, भेद तनिक नहीं आनो, साधो भाई हरि गुरु एक ही जानो. O sannyasis, you should understand your spiritual master and the God the same. Both are the same things. Spiritual masters, Swamis, Brahmarshis, Maharshis are the God in the form of body. They are the God which are in the shape. And God is your master in shapeless forms. And your religious master, Swami, Brahmarshi, comes to be the God in the form of shape or in the form of form. I am not saying it. Sai Swamiji Maharaj said it that. So, take shelter of those persons who are concerned with the practical philosophy, practical meditation. The entire universe, the whole scholars of the world are not practicing the God. They are studying, respecting gods, and they are doing lectures, and they are taking money of that, and that is their business. But Swamis, it is not the business of Swami. Swamis, Maharshis, Brahmarshis, Acharyas are realizing those things, and whatever they have realized, they have preached for the other realizers. So, there was a lady in Varanasi. She said to me, I am already a professor, I don't need any spiritual master. That is her ego. She is saying these things in ego. everyone, the creator, the sustainer and the destroyer of this universe, had made their masters. But these masters are not accepting the indispensableness of the religious master. Then what will happen? At the end of the life, they will weep, 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 and weep. When they will leave their bodies, they will have not any director to leave this body, how to leave this body and where they have to go. They are not knowing this. Lord Shiva's guru's name was Angira, Rishi Angira. Everyone has made their gurus spiritual master. There is a line in Indian poetry. I am saying it firstly in Hindi. सगुरा होए तो भर भर पिए, निगुरा जाए प्यासा. If you have made your spiritual master, then you will drink nectar. And if you will not make spiritual master, then you will go from this world in a mode of thirsty. You will be thirsty here. The ultimate thirst of this human being is a thirst of the obtainment of emancipation. All of us should know that we are in the bounded body. We are not released soul. Any person who is involved only in study to earn money is not capable to know even his own boundaries. I have spent almost 41 years in meditation in this field of spiritualism. I have a lot of experiences, practical experiences, not the theoretical only, of the power of release, the power of freedom. We are in the bounded body as now. When you will serve your master, when you will obtain his blessings, afterwards, when you will be able to release your body, your soul from your bounded body, you will look the God. You will be the God. Everyone look you as God. So, if your aim or home or goal is to obtain the God, then do not listen any person whose business is to say on God and to earn money. They themselves have not obtained the God. To speak on God is their business. Then you will say, sannyasis and brahmarshis are also earning money by delivering some speech on God. It is true. It is true. But they have realized then they are earning. And commercial speakers have not realized and they are earning. They have not realized the God. And Swamis, Brahmarshis, Rishis, Maharshis have realized the God. And then they are speaking. So there is a distinction intermediate to the know of these two persons. The sannyasi and the commercial speaker. So be aware of all those persons who have not realized the God. In my previous satsang, I had said, God has given this birth to us to come by spiritual emancipation, not to come by money, sort of lower things. Money, cars, dollars, euros, everything is of this world. When you will leave this body, no thing of this world will go with you. Even your body will not go with you. Only your soul will go with you. So, it has been inculcated in my brains that we have arrived on this world to realize the God, not to study a lot respecting God. I am delivering this satsang not by studying a lot of books. No. I am not a commercial speaker. I meditate daily a lot, and whatever I experience in that meditation, I deliver all those things in my satsang. And if you are listening to all those types of speaker who are studying only, they are commercial. They don't have realized the God. So, as you know, that we are belonging from India, or India is rich only in the obtainment of high quality meditation, which is not available in any other nations of this world. But to me, the entire world is my country and nation. To me, there is no distinction intermediate to India and intermediate to America, London, Canada, Japan, Spain, Sweden. All nations for me is the same. For country in India, the translation is the word Desh. Desh is an Indian Hindi word. It is the Hindi translation of the word country. And to this word Desh, we translate it into space too, not in country. Word Desh is of Hindi language. It has two translations, one country and another is space. But I take, as being a spiritual master, I take the another meaning, second meaning of this Desh, the translation of the word Desh, that is space. The entire space, the entire universe is our one country. Americans are also the inhabitant of India, and Indians are also the inhabitant of America. Not only of America, but of the entire space of this universe. If you will separate your soul from your body, then you will have not any demand for visa. You will go into the samadhi, and you will appear in another country as being a yogi. You can do it. So, today it is festival in India, Deepavali festival, today, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, 3 days. This is a festival of light, and in meditation too we make an attempt to obtain lightness in our brains. In fact, that is a Deepavali, actual Deepavali festival. In fact, primarily I was making this video of 1 hour, but many persons from America said to me, we don't have a lot of time to listen to you. So this is why I am closing my satsang today here, and I am inviting to all of you to come in my next satsang and to forward this satsang to those persons who are interested in practical meditation. We are practical worker. We are not the theoretical things only. Our aim is to realize the God by meditating, by listening a lot of all those experienced persons who are the realizer in fact, and those persons who are involved only in studying and selling their lectures on God are in fact businessmen. We should be aware of those fools. There are many fools in this world. So be aware of all those fools. Today I am closing my speech here, and tomorrow I will deliver one other satsang for you, all of you. Today I will upload this video. It is 22 October in India, and I think it will take 2 days more in uploading. So you will listen this satsang after 2 days. Till that period, goodbye. Oh, peace, peace and peace.